All right, we are on page 154. This is the very end of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight now. A second faint, sir, I assigned for the morning. You kissed my comely wife. Each kiss you restored. For both of these there behooved but two feigned blows by right. True men pay what they owe, no danger then in sight. You failed at the third throw, so take my tap, Sir Knight. Okay, this is definitely about deception. The woman and the lord at the castle were the Green Knight and his wife, and she had kissed him. So Sir Gawain had kissed the Green Knight. So that was all good, but that girdle didn't get returned. And so this is what the Green Knight is now going to complain about. For that is my belt about you, that same braided girdle, my wife it was that wore it. I know well the tale, and the count of your kisses and your conduct too, and the wooing of my wife. It was all my scheme. How honorable is Sir Gawain if he is wooing this woman? Just a little thought here. She made trial of a man most faultless by far of all that ever walked over the wide earth, as pearls to white peas more precious and prize. So is Gawain, in good faith, to other gay knights. Yet you lack, sir, a little in loyalty there. But the cause was not cunning, nor courtship either, but that you loved your own life, the less then, to blame. So basically, Sir Gawain, you mostly passed the test that I gave you to find out what the knights in King Arthur's courts were like, but you didn't pass completely because really the problem was you loved your life and you didn't want to sacrifice it. And you were willing to lie and be deceitful in order to keep the green girdle and keep your life. Pretty good assessment. I think none of us would stand up if we were judged on all of our qualities. We sin, we fail. The other stout knight in a study stood a long while, so gripped with grim rage that his great heart shook. This is Sir Gawain's reaction. He was just called out and he's angry. Who is he angry at? All the blood of his body burned in his face as he shrank back in shame from the man's sharp speech. The first words that fell from the fair knight's lips, "Accursed be a cowardly and covetous heart. In you is villainy and vice and virtue laid low." He's basically cursing himself, saying that he should not have acted the way he did. Then he grasps the green girdle and lets go the knot, hands it over in haste, and hotly he says, "Behold, there my falsehood. Ill hap betide it. Your cut taught me cowardice, care for my life, and coveting came after, contrary both to largesse and loyalty belonging to knights. Now am I faulty and false, that fearful was ever of disloyalty and lies. Bad luck to them both, and greed. I confess, knight, in this place, most dire is my misdeed. Let me gain back your good grace, and thereafter I shall take heed." So just as we know how good it can feel to confess to somebody when we've done something wrong and to ask for forgiveness, the Green Knight does give Sir Gawain this opportunity, and he recognizes what he did wrong and he apologizes in sorts for it and gives back the green girdle, confesses that he did wrong. Then the other laughed aloud, and lightly he said, "Such harm as I have had, I hold it quite healed. You are so fully confessed, your failings made known, and bear the plain penance of the point of my blade. I hold you polished as a pearl, as pure and as bright as you had lived free of fault since first you were born." So basically he's saying, you confessed, and now you're guilt free. That plain penance of the point of my blade, he did get a tiny little scratch from the axe. And so he has that as a memorial of this to remember, hey, don't fall into this trap of cowardice. Don't care too much for your life. Don't covet after things. All right. And I give you, sir, this girdle that is gold hemmed and green as my garments, that Gawain, you may be mindful of this meeting when you mingle in throng with nobles of renown, and known by this token how it chanced at the Green Chapel to chivalrous knights. And you shall in this new year come yet again, and we shall finish out our feast in my fair hall with cheer. So keep the green girdle as a reminder of everything that happened. And now let's go back to my real castle and we'll have a feast. So that's the end of our excerpt. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight.